Assalamualaikum dear students. Yesterday we have studied comparison between American literature and British literature. Hopefully you have understood that fully, and now you can differentiate American literature and British literature and the basic characteristics of both the literatures. Today we are going to study Walt Whitman with special reference to his Song of Myself. First we discuss introduction. Walt Whitman is considered one of the greatest poets in the history of United States literature. He was born in 1819 in New York and is often called the father of free verse. Whitman played a revolutionary role in shaping American literature. Unlike traditional poets, he rejected strict poetic forms and introduced free verse, a style of poetry that does not follow regular rhyme or meter. His poetry celebrates democracy, individual freedom, nature, human equality, the beauty of the human body and soul. Whitman believed that poetry should represent the common people and spirit of America. Now we come to the introduction of the song Leaves of Grass. Whitman's most famous work is Leaves of Grass, first published in 1855. This book is unique because Whitman revised and explained it throughout his life. But the final edition it contained hundreds of poems. The title itself is symbolic. Leaves means pages of a book. Grass represent common life and ordinary people. Thus, the title suggests that poetry should grow naturally like grass and represent everyday human experience. Major themes of Leaves of Grass include democracy and equality, celebration of self, unity of body and soul, spiritual connection with nature, the identity of America. Introduction to Song of Myself. So, we are going to study Song of Myself, which is one poem from the whole volume of Leaves of Grass. One of the most important poems in Leaves of Grass is Song of Myself. It is long poem consisting of 52 sections and represents Whitman's philosophy about life, identity, nature, and democracy. The poem focuses on the idea of the self, but Whitman's self is not limited to one individual, instead, it represents all humanity. So, the opening idea of the poem is I celebrate myself and sing myself. Here, Whitman celebrates the individual self, but he also suggests that every person is connected to others. Whitman says that what he experiences is shared by all people. This reflects the democratic idea that all human beings are equal. Now we discuss his concept of self. In Song of Myself, Whitman explores the meaning of identity. For Whitman, the self is universal, connected with nature, connected with all people. Whitman's self includes workers, farmers, sailors, women, and men, people of different races and classes. This shows Whitman's belief in human equality and democracy. Celebration of body and soul. Another important theme of Song of Myself is the unity of body and soul. Whitman rejects the idea that the body is inferior to the soul. Instead, he celebrates both physical and spiritual existence. According to Whitman, the human body is a scared. Physical life is part of the divine experience. This was a very bold idea in 19th century. Relationship with nature. An important theme of Whitman's poetry is the relationship of nature with the human being. Nature plays a central role in Whitman's poetry. Whitman sees nature as a teacher, a symbol of unity, a reflection of the divine. For example, Whitman uses grass as a symbol of equality, renewal, the cycle of life. Grass grows everywhere and belongs to everyone, which reflects Whitman's democratic vision. Democratic vision. Whitman believed strongly in democracy. In Song of Myself, he celebrates ordinary workers, laborers, farmers, immigrants, Whitman wanted to create a poetry that represented the voice of the American people. Now we discuss the style and language of the poem. Whitman's poetic style was very different from traditional poetry. His style includes free verse, long flowing lines. His lines often resemble speech or conversation. Catalogs or lists. Whitman frequently lists different people, places, and experiences. This style creates a feeling of energy and movement. Philosophical message. The deeper message of Song of Myself is about Whitman believes that all people are connected, humans are connected with nature, life and death are part of the same cycle. Whitman also suggests that death is not an end but a transformation. So, the conclusion of our discussion is in connection, Walt Whitman revolutionized American poetry through this innovative work, Leaves of Grass. His poem Song of Myself celebrates individuality, democracy, nature, human equality, and unity of body and soul. Through free verse and powerful imagery, Whitman created poetry that reflects the spirit and diversity of America. Even today, Whitman remains one of the most influential voices in American literature.